Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. And welcome to our new series, which started the 1st of August, called Mooning the Ancestors. It features how we and our ancestors react to and benefit from the energies of the moon, as the moon shines a light on the passions and desires of our soul. And this week's moon is a first quarter moon in Sagittarius. And it illuminates the sky and ignites a restless feeling within us, within our spirit, that is urging us to expand our horizons. This yearning for meaning inspires you to seek out new experiences, to broaden your perceptions and know your purpose in life. And the moon energy this week reminds us that true growth comes when we dare to take a leap of faith, to break out of the old stories, or just to leave what our mind is usually and focused on doing what we need to do and tap into spirit and follow those desires of your heart, of your spirit. So that's what it's about today. And I'll read more about moon energies as we go or talk more about them. I wanted to start with an oracle card reading. I pulled this card earlier and I haven't looked at it. So, interesting. I haven't seen this card before, which is kind of new. I was the larch. So this is from my tree angel oracle deck. So there must be a tree named the larch tree. It doesn't grow around here, I don't think, in where I live. And I'll look into this card in just a little bit. Um, but drawing something totally different reminded me in my own life for most of the spring and summer, I get a moon reading card, an oracle card or tarot card every day through the internet, and it gives a spread, and I choose from there what card is calling to me. And so most of the spring and summer, it was varied around like four different cards. And it would kind of mix them up in different ways, but I'd get mostly those same four cards every day or something pretty related to them until um, this week. I think it started Saturday or Sunday. It probably just started Sunday. And I got a different card that I'd never drawn. And yesterday, I got a different card that I'd never drawn. And today, I got a different card that I'd never seen. And so, changes in the air. And that's what we're about to talk about today. I think probably that change of listening to your spirit and taking a leap of faith. It might not be something that's really tremendously huge, but still takes a leap of faith. And I took a big leap of faith for me in February. And when I signed up to learn feng shui and be a feng shui consultant, I'm getting close to being halfway through the program now. And but it was a big leap of faith because the feng shui is about improving the energy flow in your house so you feel loved, wanted, accepted, and safe and happy all the time. And then your other your other inner healing goes faster because you feel supported and loved and happy. And but this was a big leap of faith for me to at that point because I knew nothing about feng shui. Really, I knew it was decorating, but I knew nothing about decorating. I always felt inept about the colors, how they go together, or styles, which styles you use in different ways, how you arrange furniture, except, to try different things. And so it was that because of my knowledge base was like nil. And it was a new in ancient Eastern philosophy, it's a healing modality, one of the main four or five healing modalities. And the other thing it was a large sum of money. To me, it was a large sum of money to do the consultant program, and that was a leap of faith. And then the house itself, our house needed was so old and needs tons and tons of work, and it still does. I'm making a little bit of progress every day. Um, so that was a leap of faith for the house itself. And so your leap of faith this week might not be anything that you might think of as huge, but it still takes a leap of faith in order to break out of your routine and to break out of just the focus of your mind and beginning putting more and more weight, more and more um, mm, approval or um, onto following your heart, of always trusting your intuition. Maybe that's what your leap of faith is. Maybe your leap of faith is to try a different healing modality, or maybe it's to um, begin to look away from your typical, say, manufacturing or service job, and into whatever passion it is your heart desires. Maybe that's the time for you. Um, Maybe a leap of faith is to spend time with someone, getting to know them that you haven't known before and haven't really found interesting before or something. But whatever it is you're called to. And so we're going to look at this card, the Larch Tree Angel. And I'm going to look at the card and see what calls to me. Well, one, it's very, very dark, right? All around her is, it looks to me like it's blacks and yellows, basically. Perhaps a little bit of mix from, and she's the only light. She and a star, the moon, shining in the background, perhaps. But she's the only light, and she's glowing with that inner knowledge that comes from following spirit, from tapping into and listening. And she has a message for us today. And let me look. She, beside her though, and her animated, her willingness to hear and receive is a message to us. But it's also, I think, a message, as I look at all the different colors in the card, it's almost a balance, of light and dark, of the green or the yellows with the dark blue or black, which makes the green. Um, it just feels balanced, even though she's to the side of the card, not the other. You'd think maybe balance would be in the middle, but it's almost half and half, with her bright light outweighing the darkness, as light always does. And I'm going to look at the card now, read it for you. And it's card number 17, which is just the order they put them in. I don't think 17 means anything except it's the number 8. If you in numerology, then an 8 is abundance. So taking this leap of faith will bring abundance. Abundance isn't specific to money, um, but it can include money. But abundance in resources, in friendships, in happiness, in food and supplies. It could mean many things. So I'll read the card today. The larch is an extraordinary being. It combines great strength with magical grace and beauty. Larch brings light like a star fallen from heaven. Its gift to you is spiritual clarity, inspiration, and harmony with the laws of nature. Fairies, charming elfin beings that are well disposed toward humans and animals, were often glimpsed beneath the larch in the mountains in natural habitat. Dressed from head to toe in silver and white, these fairies would dance under the ancient trees and mountains, singing sweetly all the while. For whoever met them, it was an unforgettable experience. Large tells you about unexpected help coming your way. Your newfound resonance develops your natural respect, and your kindness draws other beings and powers to assist on your path. Your eyes will sparkle when you meet them. If we abuse the larch and continue to allow it to be felled, the tree larch be felled for for ski, I can't remember the word, pistes, or herded together to grow in vast monocultures, then disgrace and stupidity will follow. Ignorance and instability eventually lead to serious depression and feelings of emptiness inside. And the oracle reads, "Your star has risen, and it will not leave you. Luck and inspiration, strength and perseverance. Be ready and open yourself to the rhythm of the seasons, the earth who holds you, and the light of the heavens." The balance of light, of sky energy, of the earth energies, that balance, the balance of the rhythm of the seasons. Where I live here, the seasons are changing already. It started a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago already. The night temperatures began getting much cooler into the 60s, and this week they're getting into the 40s. It'll go back into the 50s, but there's several days in the 40s, which really marks early fall, early this year. And so the larch tells you about unexpected help coming your way. Perhaps this help is coming through that leap of faith, or the leap of faith is to follow or to reach out when you see this unexpected help coming your way. Your newfound resonance develops your natural respect, and your kindness draws other beings and powers to assist you in your path. Let's say, hold intentions right now together. Just take a deep breath. Exhale loudly, making a sound to release any tension. And we're holding an intention right now for this help that's coming our way, for our ability to be open and receptive, our willingness to take a leap of faith, however that shows up in each of our individual lives, to reach out, a leap of faith to reach out or to follow this new help that's coming our way through people or resources, or guidance, perhaps in an oracle card. So we'll hold this intention for ourselves and for each other, okay? Each of us in our own way, just hold that intention for yourself and for each other. I'm feeling guidance in the way of calmness, in the way of an inner authority reaching out to step into whatever path I'm meant to take, right? And I'll reach not just me, but I'll look beyond me to the energy of the group here, of whoever will ever listen to this. And it's telling me to listen closely, that each of you should listen closely to Spirit, to hear the guidance that may come as a still small voice. It may come in actual words. It may come just in an inner knowing. It may come through a conversation with someone. But know that the message is for you. Know that this is your time to begin this change, to begin this new step forward. The energy is moving through us and around us. I'll work it in my hands too. Definitely, it is the energy of listening, of receiving, of using your inner power that comes with the knowledge of knowing that this step is for you and to step into however that comes to you in your leap of faith that will bring more balance and harmony and guidance to your life. And I'm going to read a little bit more now about moon energy. As we talked about, this is daring us to take a leap of faith. Part of us, part of us craves intuition. Part of us craves this adventure and insights. Maybe you're a person that really thrives on these adventures and insights. Maybe you're one that always likes to stick with what is known. But part of you, know that part of you is yearning for this energy. That's why it's calling all the energies of the sun and moon and stars, however they integrate with each other through day-to-day changes or their cycles, and how they integrate with us and our energies each day. They're all meant for to guide and direct us, to bring us opportunities to grow in our for our spiritual good. And so in our spirit, part of us craves that adventure. So feel into your body. We were meditation. I wasn't feeling into my body at the time. I was just feeling into the energy around me. But when you go into meditation again, whenever that might be, feel into your body. Feel. Say you could look at what chakra this is. Um, that energy you feel is at, and that can be an indication of the energies you're working with or the emotions that you're working with. So like if you felt those energies in your body around your tailbone, um, or the top of your thighs area, the energy of the root is about safety and security. Maybe that's why you would feel it there, because it would feel uncertain and things. But it's also because it's about safety, the safer we feel, the more abundant we feel. Um, and so maybe it's about um, the abundance and excitement or nervousness about um, this change that may be coming. The root energy is also about your family, your relationship. It doesn't have to be your blood and flesh family. It could be your circle of friends. It could be us here as we're seeking truth together in this way through moon energies and guiding us with our um, to tap into heart and soul and spirit energies. But during this week, the sun is in Virgo, and this first quarter moon is in Sagittarius. And those energies are very different. And so you might feel a friction within you in trying to maintain the ordinary, yet following this call or this leap of faith to adventure, or between planning your steps carefully versus just going for it, or just doing a tiny bit of planning to know that you have things covered and then going with it. So this channel, just like all the energies of the sky clock, are for our highest good. And so channel this friction to find practical ways to expand or to pursue this step of faith, to this leap of faith or this adventure, and your understandings. So if you've been like too focused, then the moon energies in Sagittarius will help you get the bigger picture and seek out new wisdom and understanding to help you. And if you've been too hesitant and unmotivated, then the Virgo sun energies will help you make progress toward your goal, help you make those little steps to take that leap of faith. So together, you can think of it as a dance between the moon and the sun to create the balance that will benefit your life. And so also look for synchronicities as you're stepping into these energies of the moon and the sun, as you're stepping into this leap of faith, as you're stepping into more following the guidance of spirit. Then as you're taking these steps to follow spirit that the moon is all about, then more synchronicities will appear around you to light your path or to confirm that you're on the right path. So pay attention to, you might feel it as like a little nudge in the ribs, or a little tiny push from behind, or um, maybe you're rushing too fast. You might feel it as an arm in front of you saying, go slow. My timing is best. This timing of spirit is best. Or you might see it in written words or numbers that pop up in front of you or that are up here in conversation. And sometimes it might not be direct answers, but will maybe help you ask other questions that you need. And then those questions, because sometimes we have to know the right questions to get the right answers we need. So this will help us perhaps ask the questions we need to ask to go forward. And you're here, I take it, because you're seeking truth. You're seeking the truth available in the universe, to learn all that, the truth of that all these energies are always working for our highest spiritual good, and to know that beyond all doubt in your heart and soul. Maybe that's your path of truth seeking at this time. It has been mine for a while now, for a few years, and it is still, as I get to know these energies deeper and listen to them and hear them speak to me, like I hear the ancestors speak to me. And because the universe is always working for our highest good, for our highest spiritual good, because we're spiritual beings. And we can call on these energies no matter what moon sign or sun sign we're in. So as you follow this truth, as you learn more truth, as you listen to truth, to hear it or see it, um, you'll learn to feel the resonance within you when it is truth, and the hollowness or emptiness, or kind of a more of a contracting feeling when it's an error or a complete lie, which we often find in the world around us. Errors are harder to detect than lies, but things in the world most usually come as a mixture of truth and error. And it's our job to, or as I should say, it's up to us if we choose to listen to spirit and to know which is truth. And so just encourage you in your leap of faith to follow truth this week, to learn new truth, to tap into spirit, to to tell which is truth and which is error. And I'll give you two ways that you can, if you're unfamiliar with knowing how you can rely on your own self to tell truth from error. I'll give you two different ways, and you can practice on those, or look into both of those to see which works easier for you. The first one that I used when I was more just starting to listen to these energies around me, just starting to hear them, I used, by listening to my body, feeling into my body. And so, say if you're given a choice of two things to choose from, then close your eyes and take a 3 or 4 deep breaths just to calm your mind, to get into groundedness. Inhaling through your nose. You can exhale through your mouth the first couple times to release tension, and after that, exhale through your mouth slower than what you breathed in. Take 3 or 4 breaths at least. You can take more if you don't feel grounded by then. And so I'll take my choices and I'll go over in my mind, okay, what possibilities could play out from this choice in my life? And then I'll go to the other one and say, well, which possibilities could play out with this? And then I'll clear my mind, clear my heart between going from one to the other of those. And then I'll just tap back into my spirit, clear my mind again, and then I'll take the first one. And I'll go slowly, more slowly through um, feeling into those energies or to those situations that may occur, possibly from from that choice. And I feel into my body. And if it feels expansion in some way, perhaps through love, perhaps joy, perhaps just expectations, you could feel it as a smile that suddenly comes to your mouth when you weren't smiling on purpose, right? That's an expansion energy. Um, and that's a yes, that choice is good. The other way you might feel error or lies, or just feel it as not the right choice for you at this time, because you'll feel it as a contraction in your body. Sometimes I feel like just this morning, I had heard, I had received an email, and it sounded like scam to me, right? But she was playing a good game, whoever it was, and it was like, so I did this choice between listening to spirit, and so I asked, should I go with this? Should I go with this offer from this lady? And it was a sudden, immediate withdrawal. It was no, 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 that's not for you. So you might hear it like that. You might hear it just as a squirminess in your body that's not a happy squirm, more of just an uncertain squirm or an unhappy squirm. And sometimes it doesn't have to be a strong yes or a strong no. Sometimes both choices would relatively be okay, but one is better than the other. And so you might feel the mild way of a mild um, expansion or relaxation in your body versus a mild contraction or um, and anti feeling of anti of those energies of that choice. So that's one way you can choose. And be sure you allow some time and clear your mind after you do one choice. and you listen to the two of those, and you know which choice is for you, then allow a little bit of time to clear your mind, clear your energies before you go on to another choice you may have to make. That way, it just allows you to calm and settle so that for sure you're listening to yourself, and it's hasn't turned into a low grade chronic fight or flight that disrupted your being able to hear your spirit and the guidance of your angel, the guidance of source. The guidance can come through nature also. And the other way, I've lost my train of thought. I have to ask spirit here to remind me. So the first is those choices of feeling it in your body, and the next is listening to the energies within you. Um, Again, it takes a little more time to. Some people are more inclined to be naturally to be finding this than others. I had to work at it a little. I felt that once I was learning, it came to me naturally, but I still had to practice to become confident at it, and to know those differences. And so you might just be in meditation and in listening to the guidance around you. And again, it'll come as an expansion of a of a smile versus um, contraction, some way that you're hearing it in through these energies, but your body is still reacting to these. And so um, I'm not sure if that's the second one. It's not the exact one I had in mind, but it could be those two things that will help you decide. And so I'm just pausing here to see if there's more I need to say. Some of our ancestors were very, very good at listening to spirit. You might think back to um, what people, women especially, who were known as witches, and they were just, most all of them were just spiritual beings that tapped into nature and could hear these energies of the universe and could feel the changes around them. And they had had extra knowledge passed down to them from their ancestors or from their mothers or grandmothers, because they had this talent. And so some of them knew it very much. Um, Back when time began, I think very much so, I'm feeling it strongly, that all people had this, that was just part of our life here to lead and guide us. It was hearing, that, of listening to your angel, either as your guardian angel or your higher self, or if you've had my session that integrates your guardian angel and the energies of the universe within you. Either way, you can listen to guidance. And our angels knew how to do that. Our ancestors knew how to do that, and they did it well. But again, as error was mixed with truth, and as more lies, blatant lies, were presented, and they became accepted. And so these truths that everyone used to know were forgotten, and soon hardly anyone knew. And so over the last many years now, most people haven't known. But again, as the energies of the universe have changed over the last 20 years or 40 years in growing this light of knowledge and wisdom, and being able to tap into spirit is growing again. And because it's growing and more um, more seen and heard through other people around, then that makes the light brighter for you to see in your life as well. So I see this in ancestors when I work in biofield sessions. Some are still stuck in the waiting place, and that they're very, very hesitant to make that leap of faith to begin seeking truth because all they knew was lies, or all they've heard was all their old stories, and they haven't been um, aware of, or um, have the desire to begin to listen and hear. And I feel that sometimes they're still outside my home because I don't allow the ones that are not seeking truth and becoming more and more ready to transition, then I don't allow them in my home because I know that even though many of them are for our highest, are working and want to help for our highest good, they're perhaps not always able to because they're still so full of their old stories, and their mindset hasn't begun to change yet to become the mindset of seeking truth and of freedom, abundance, and love that truth provides, right? And so I I feel them outside my house more, in waiting and either in wanting to restrict others from following, or of just kind of hesitant, staying back. Well, I'm not ready yet. And but the ancestors that are ready, that are taking this leap of faith, that are learning about being spirit beings because they're in the afterlife, because they didn't know this now, and they didn't have enough knowledge. They didn't develop that desire in their heart to listen to spirit and follow spirit guidance. And they didn't have that desire. It's not about how good you follow. It's about, do you have that desire to follow, and are you choosing to follow that desire, right? And so the ancestors are learning that through their life in the afterlife, if they weren't able to go to the realm of the oneness, or the biofield of oneness, as I call it, as the at their death. And so I just wish you much success, much joy, much intuition, much peace and courage this week as you step out in faith and step out in intuition and follow the guidance um, that you would feel in the coming days. And if you want more help in following that inner guidance, then tomorrow, join me tomorrow evening, Wednesdays at 7. I do a biofield tuning, and just tapping into those moon energies of each week, and helping integrate those within us too, and clearing old stories connected with those, so that we're better able to take advantage of the energies around us this in each week. And so this week, and if you get behind and it just go by the title of whatever energies I'm talking about. Like today, it was for that leap of faith. And last week was transformation. So you can pick by the title, because we can listen to and draw um, strength and guidance from all these energies at any time. They're just stronger on the week that they're actually happening. And if you're a Sagittarian, or either your sun or your moon, if you're the sun in Virgo or the moon in Virgo, though you may likely feel each of those sun or moon energies a little stronger than other people might in the week it's happening. But we can call on those energies all the time. And so that's tomorrow night at 7. And then on this coming Sunday will be another old world energy grid system, and where we'll be amplifying and activating these energies of the old world grid system that powered so many things in their lives, and to activate those so that they can be active in our life too, and even more so for our descendants. And so join me on Sunday at 7 on Central Time to hold those intentions for the old world energy grid system. So thank you for listening this week. I appreciate it, and I send love and light your way. Bye bye.